put this. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Kangen Business Builders meeting. And this is a very special one because this meeting will be showing you how to drink and grow rich. I know many of us are excited, wanted to find out how this is possible, but just fasten your seatbelt because the energy in the room will be turning up shortly, because I have someone that I truly do respect a lot, who will show you the possibilities around this. But I have great leaders in the room joining us also all across the country, and some other people joining us outside Nigeria. Thank you very much, A1, for joining in, Madam Fomi, all the way from England, the US. Jonathan, Joy, Kennedy, I see Suzanne, I see Titi Layo, I see Akimbo Peter, I see Rufus Joy. You are the first person to join the room. Okeke, thank you very much. Bolaji, thank you. Caroline Irabo. And the room keeps increasing in number. But for tonight, it's not about us. It's about something special, something unique that we want you to be aware that is already in our domain and is taking over the states, just like the flood in Nigeria, okay? But it's a good one, okay? So I would like to put away every form of distraction and just stay focused, because this meeting will do you good. I'm really excited and honored to have somebody that I've met him. I mean, just within the short few weeks that I've got to know this guy, he's just awesome. He's just spectacular, great energy, great support, great knowledge, and is truly committed to helping every one of us achieve our dreams in line with what we'll be discussing tonight. So wherever you are, just put the distractions away and let's welcome to the mic the one and only Simon Lowe of not Malaysia, of Nigeria. Simon, welcome. We'll just native name so that at least you will become indigenized.
Thank you, Solomon. So, funny enough, today A1 is just saying I'm a Yoruba or I'm a Igbo. I don't belong to one of you guys. Simon of Nigeria. So, hi guys. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Solomon, for the introduction. Thank you for hosting this meeting here today. And I'm truly excited to be on this conference call with all of you here. And Ify say, yes, I'm a Nigerian. I've been here for some time already. So maybe time to change my citizenship, because I truly love Nigeria. I love the people in Nigeria. And ultimately, this place is such a fertile ground for business, for good business. Yeah, so my name is Simon. I'm from Malaysia, right? So Solomon has claimed me to be Nigerian, still Malaysian, but I'll be in Nigeria for quite some time. And there are wonderful team members of mine already here in the conference call. So thank you for having me for tonight's event, online meeting, because I'm here to share with you not about myself, but about a movement, about a company, about an idea that is going to take not just Nigeria, but Africa by the storm, like a storm, all right? So because the moment we share with people what we have now here in our knowledge, like people like Solomon, A1, people already know the value of this movement we're bringing to the table. People are just, they have been looking at us and said, where have you been our entire lives? Why are you in Nigeria only now? But I believe everything happens for a reason. And I believe now is one of the greatest times we can have at the moment to start this movement, to start this product launch and business. And just to give you a brief overview of what you're going to see here today, can I just ask, who here you are absolutely new to Enagic, to Kangen water, and whatever that you're going to see here? Anybody is totally new for the first time? If you're
Simon, please unmute yourself.
Oh, I've muted myself. Yeah, so whoever that is new, just type new in the chat box. Yeah, so you maybe a good friend invited you, maybe a family member invited you to check out somebody. Okay, so hi. So we have somebody called Kochi. Yeah, Kochi, welcome, welcome. So new people, just let me know if you're new, because a lot of us have already seen, there are people here that have already seen it, but they're coming back to see more, to learn more. All right. Hi, this is your email address, so I'm not sure how to Jayi Chide. All right. And Susan, we have Susan as well. Welcome, welcome, everybody. So without further ado, I'm going to share with you today two things. Okay. Yeah, it's your email address, Jayi Chide. So maybe you need to change it to your name. So I'm going to share you two things here today. And what am I doing in Nigeria? I've been here. My first trip here was in August. I've stayed for a month. I traveled. I came back September, October. Now it's my third month in Nigeria now. And this thing is picking up momentum like nobody's business, because once I show you what I'm going to show you here tonight, you'll be mind blown. I want to ask everybody here. Today, we're going to talk about, I call it magic in a bottle. Now, this is what we're going to be talking about. The Enagic Kangen water. Can you see this amazing purple bottle I have here? Now, I want to ask everybody, those people who are new or those people who have not got involved yet, what water are you drinking today? What kind of water? In your house? In your office? Type me in the chat box. Are you drinking from filters? Are you drinking from the tap? Are you drinking from bottled water? What are you doing with your water situation today? For the new people, please type it in the chat box. Because this technology we're going to talk about today is truly life-changing. Yeah, so Jonathan said Lastena. So I know Lastena. Lastena is a more premium bottled water, am I right? They can buy in the market. All right, so and what I've seen is most people are drinking out of bottled waters. Now, I'm going to start off my presentation right here. And let me share with you one of the biggest problems that I see in Nigeria today. I mean, obviously, every country has its problems. There are many problems. But when it comes to water, okay, I'm going to share with you my presentation slide. What are we looking at here? I actually took this photo. This is in Lagos. I don't remember which street. I was in a car and I saw this bunch of bottled water left outside this estate under the sun. This is the seaway water. Now, I'd like to start my presentation here because, hello, Akinbo, welcome. Yeah, Akinbo. Who here is drinking out of this bottled water currently? Type 1 in the chat box. Currently in your home, you're drinking from plastic bottled water, whether is it Lastena, whether is it Seaway, whether is it Nestle, whether is it Eva, whatever. They're all the same. Type 1 in the chat box if you're drinking out of bottled water. Type 1 if you're drinking out of one of these. And I believe most of you are doing that, because why? We were told that this is the better option. This is the cleaner option, right? Now, let me share with you a unfortunate, inconvenient fact about this bottled water. They have very high content of a chemical called bisphenol A, or BPA. Now, BPA is proven, it's scientifically proven, to be one of the leading causes of cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, childhood diabetes, increasing cardiovascular disease in people, and also brain function disease. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard me right. Please Google this. Bisphenol A chemical, which is used in all these plastic bottles to preserve the plastic, is one of the leading cause of cancer and many chronic diseases today. Isn't that scary, ladies and gentlemen? And to know that majority of the population is drinking out of one of these. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, I'm here to share with you a technology from Japan, a business opportunity from Japan that's going to totally take over Nigeria and Africa by storm. And let me introduce to you the company I represent, the company I'm bringing into Nigeria, Enagic Japan. And we are a global company. We started off in Japan. We wanted to make sure people get the best water in their home, period. And since our inception in Japan, in Okinawa and Osaka, Japan, and Tokyo, we have expanded all around the world. And today we have 40 offices in 23 countries. So we are a global company, and we're coming into Nigeria, our first ever African branch next year, 2023. So I'm truly excited. I'm here for the pre-launch to share with amazing people like you guys, so that for those of you who are interested to take this on as a product and as a business, this is going to be massive, massive for you. And the product we're going to talk about today is something called Kangen water. Okay, so a lot of people may ask, what is Kangen water? And if you can see, we have a registered mark next to the word Kangen. What does that mean? Because top celebrities, athletes, politicians in America, in Japan, all around the world, they are drinking Kangen water. People like Cristiano Ronaldo, Kevin Hart, Barack Obama, who else? Mariah Carey, Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey. These are all Kangen water drinkers. And why do people like that also drink Kangen water? It's very simple. Now, all around the world, including in Nigeria, there are places where people drink from the natural springs. Am I right? In France, Mexico, in Germany, in India, people actually travel long distances. They line up under the sun just to collect the water from the spring. Now, why do they do that? Because the local people, they call these waters miracle healing waters. Now, back in the 50s, there was a very famous Japanese scientist and researcher. His name is Dr. Sanateka Shirahata. He actually tested all these waters around the world, and he wanted to find out, why are people that drink from these sources getting healing abilities, getting better sleep? Some of their blood pressure go down. They solve their diabetes. Some even claim that it removes some of their illnesses. All right. So a lot of locals claim these are miracle healing water. So Dr. Sanateka wanted to find out, and he found out in all these waters around the world, there is something called active hydrogen, which is in the water itself. Now, what is active hydrogen? It is an electron that is very powerful to reduce oxidation and aging in your body. I want to ask everybody here a question. Who here you want to age slower? Type me in the chat box. You want to age, A-G-E. You want to age slower. Type me in the chat. I'm sure all of us want to age slower, right? Nobody wants to age faster. And do you know, if you drink water from the mountain and the spring, active hydrogen in the water would slow down the aging process in your body. That's what active hydrogen does. That's why when you see people who live in this mountain and they're drinking from natural springs, they look younger than people who are drinking bottled water or filtered water or tap water in the city. All right. So what does the Kangen water do? We have a machine, a very small, compact, home-based machine that is able to generate water high in active hydrogen. That is what our technology does. And later I'll share with you a few photos of how our machine looks like. It looks just like a coffee machine. Yeah, very small machine, and it's able to do wonderful things. All right. Now there are three things. So somebody said me, Galaxy. Yeah, Galaxy A1. I think that's the name of your phone. Okay. So there are three things you need to look at when it comes to water, ladies and gentlemen. The first one is the oxidation rate. Now, on the left, you can see this lady. She has wrinkles. You know, the skin is oxidized. The apple is oxidized. The nails are rusted, because this is what we call aging. And unfortunately, every day today, the things that we eat, the air that we breathe, the stress levels we have, you know, the water that we drink, unfortunately, it is on the aging side. Oxidation means aging. Now, if you want to truly be healthy, you have to take more antioxidant, anti-aging. So how do we do that? There are a few ways. You can eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, take supplements. Now, in vegetables, when something oxidizes, you leave the fresh tomato in your home. What happens after a few days or maybe a week? The tomatoes, they will rot, right? So anything that is fresh will also become rotten one day. An apple, you slice it in half. After 10 minutes, it also turns brown. So the thing is this, every living thing, including water, oxidizes. But the dangers of water is this. When it goes from fresh to rotten, it doesn't change taste, color, or smell. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? So living tissue plus oxidation, it will lead to sickness. So how do we tell? Now, there is a way that we can measure. All right. So we are actually, our office is in Maryland, Ikeja, in Lagos. We actually do this demonstration live as well for people who visit our office. And we show people the oxidation rate of the water that they drink. Now, if the rate of this reading is very high, we have a meter to do the testing. If it's very high, it means it's highly oxidizing. The higher the number, the worse it is for the body, the faster you're going to age, the more sickness will come to you, and the lesser energy you're going to have, and all that stuff. Now, if you want to be healthy, you have to start taking things that has a negative ORP, which means it has the potential to reduce oxidation, just like the natural spring water with active hydrogen. Now, any of you here drink green tea? Like me if you do. Any of you here like to take salad? Like me if you do. Any of you here take vitamin C or cod liver oil? These are things available in the supermarket which will help you reduce aging, reduce oxidation. However, how much can we take on a daily basis? Limited amount. But water, we can take abundant of it. And take a look at the reading of the Kangen water. It is negative 400 and beyond. So what I'm going to show you here in this video, what I've done is I've actually brought in many different types of water, and I will actually do a demo on the oxidation rate of these kind of waters that are available in the supermarket. All right. So starting from tap water, we have bottled water, we have the more expensive mineral waters, and then we have soft drinks. Some of us here, we enjoy a lot of all these sodas and soft drinks. And then we also have Kangen water at the end. So I'm going to bring out this is me, by the way, in the video. I pre-recorded it. Yeah, I pre-recorded it. So what I'm going to do is I'm be using a meter to test the oxidation. And once again, if it's positive, it's oxidizing. All right. If it's negative, it's antioxidant. Bolaji, send them the message in the group. Okay, send them the message in the group. Now here we have tap water. All right. RO water. I want to pause at every water. Let me just pause it. Sorry, I was interrupted. So guys, those people who can't get into the meeting, please sort it out with your leaders. I won't be pausing the demo or the meeting for them. Okay. So let me just recap about 10 seconds. Okay. So these are all the bottled waters and also the sodas. And then we have the Kangen water. Okay, the Kangen water. Now, so what you're going to see now is we're going to see me using a meter. And once again, let me just repeat everything. If it's positive, it's oxidation. If it's negative, it's antioxidation, anti-aging. So let's look at the tap water. Now, tap water, I've tested the tap water in Lagos. All around the world, they are about positive 300 to 400. Bottled water is about positive 3 to 400. Means these are oxidized water. Why? Now, ladies and gentlemen, apple, after 10 minutes, it turns brown. Am I right? 10 minutes, the apple turns brown, you discard it. But water, how long do you think the water has been sitting inside that plastic bottle, left on the supermarket, left under those warehouses, and then later on left under the sun before you actually open it and drink it? How long do you think that process is from day one? It could be months, am I right? So we are basically damaging our body. Now, even the imported waters, which are supposed to be good, they are just slightly lower in oxidation. Can you see that? They're still 430, 440. And take a look at the sodas. Sodas are incredibly bad. They are like 500 plus. So that means when you drink a lot of soda, you're actually speeding up the aging process in your body tremendously. Let's take a look at the reading of soda. It's at 530 oxidation. What does that mean? Incredibly oxidizing and aging. And Kangen water, okay, at the end, I want you to see what happens to the meter. Can you guys see what is the reading on Kangen? It is more than negative 500 oxidation. What does that mean? It is reversing the aging process in the body. In fact, when you drink 1 glass of Kangen water, you are taking in 5 kilos of blueberries worth of antioxidants. Is that powerful, ladies and gentlemen? 5 kilos of blueberries or 80 tomatoes. That's how much antioxidant is in 1 glass of Kangen water. Yeah, I have this beautiful Kangen water back here, which I travel everywhere with myself. So I only drink water from Kangen. Yeah, because I want to stay away from toxic water that is oxidizing and filled with chemicals. So that is the first property. Okay. The second property, what's so amazing about the water is this. I'm going to talk about the alkalinity. Now, most of the things that we eat and drink, if it's on the acidic side, it tends to lead to a lot of illnesses and complications in the body later on. Yeah. So as humans, we want to stay away from acid. We want to go towards alkaline, because when your body is alkaline, it means health. It means positive emotion. It means better sleep. It means losing weight. That's what an alkaline body does. What is an acidic body? Heartburn, diabetes, high blood pressure, gout, low energy, obesity, tummy have a lot of fat. That's what an acidic body looks like. So all of us, we need to put our body on a more alkaline state. And why we need to stay away from acidity? Because Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Otto Heinrich Warburg, he is actually one of the earliest pioneers of cancer research. And he says, cancerous tissues. Anybody here have people that suffered cancer before? You have, maybe it's your one of your family members, maybe it's your colleague, maybe it's your friend or family. Anybody know somebody that suffered from cancer before? Type 1 in the chat box. Because I personally, my mother, not my mother, my grandmother was a cancer patient, and she passed away. Went through all the chemotherapy, went through all the radiotherapy. Our family spent a ton of money, didn't work. She passed away, and she suffered a lot. You know, my aunt was also a cancer patient. All right. So you see, cancer is becoming more and more common today. In fact, World Health Organization said by 2030, 2030, which is 8 years from now, 1 in 3 adults will experience cancer in their lifetime. 1 in 3 adults. That is a 33% chance that any of us here, but touch wood, God bless all of us, may experience cancer in our lifetime. It is a serious issue. And why do you think cancer is spreading so rapidly? Because of all these bottled waters we're taking. It's filled with chemicals, all the food, all the sugar, all this processed stuff, which is causing a lot of acidity into the body. Because Dr. Otto Heinrich Warburg said, acidity leads to cancer, and healthy tissues, they need to be alkaline. All right. So what I'm going to do now on the second demo is this. Okay. So I'm going to do a pH test. So for those who experienced cancer before, or maybe you have survived cancer, I want you to see this very closely. Now the pH test looks like this. You will see a lot of different colors once I drop that liquid inside. The liquid basically shows you the real pH of the waters you drink. So let's look at this pH chart. Now, most tap water, except for Lagos, by the way, Lagos tap water is acidic. Yeah, I've tested many tap waters around the world. Lagos, Port Harcourt, these places, the tap water is highly acidic. Please do not drink the tap water. Now, sewage water is highly acidic. So anything below 7 is acid. Anything above 7 is alkaline. Okay, so that's a pH value from 0 to 14. 7 is in the middle. So based on the color, you can see how acidic or how alkaline certain things are. So alkaline means it will show blue to purple. Acidic is yellow, orange, and red. So I want to just reverse up a little bit. Can you see the different colors in this sample? So okay, let's take a look at tap water. Tap water is normally neutral all around the world, but in Nigeria it's acidic because it's borehole. Now you have bottled water. Spritzer is a huge company, global company. Take a look at the pH of Spritzer water. It is acidic. Now take a look at Fiji Evian. By the way, some of you who are drinking Lasena's color is very similar to the Fiji color. Slightly light blue. Because why? They put in minerals into the water. All right? So the pH is slightly better, but highly oxidized and contaminated with plastic chemicals. Sodas are very, very acidic. And take a look at Kangen water, highly alkaline, royal purple. All right. So let's look at what the Kangen water does to the body. So when you drink the Kangen water every day on a daily basis, this is what the Kangen water does to the body. It brings back the alkalinity. It protects our body from acidosis, from acidic stress, from getting illnesses. And for those of you who have suffered from cancer before, you need to start drinking Kangen because it will prevent, all right, it will prevent the body from going back to acid, because we know acid leads to sickness, acid leads to cancer. And one of the major causes of acid is what? The sodas. Take a look at one sip of soda. What does it do to the body? One little sip of soda completely acidifies the body. I'm going to rewind that for some of you who didn't catch it. I'm going to rewind that because what I was doing at the end is I'm putting one single cap of soda into an alkaline solution and take a look what happened and what it did to the solution. It reversed it back to acidity. That's why it is so important. Out of today's talk, if you have gotten anything so far, make sure to cut out the sodas from your body, from your system, because sodas are truly one of the biggest contributing factor of acidosis in people today. Okay, anybody here like to drink soda? Let me know in the chat box. Type soda. Be honest. You like sodas? You drink soda on a daily basis. If not, every few days you will buy a bottle of Coke, you'll buy a bottle of Pepsi or Fanta, and you enjoy it. Anybody? Or if you don't drink soda, how about your kids? Some of you have kids that drink a lot of these sodas. Am I right? Yeah. So you have to make sure to cut it out. Yeah. I used to love soda. We're not saints. We love to drink sweet things. We like to enjoy ourselves. But when I saw this demo 8 years ago, I completely cut out soda. I take it once in a while. But ultimately, when I come back home, I have my Kangen water. All right. So that is the second property of the water. You need to start alkalizing your body. And the third one is the absorption rate of the Kangen water. Now, why do we need water? Because you need the water to supply nutrients. You need water to detox, channel waste out of the body. And later, Solomon will be inviting some good friends of ours who have been drinking the water and they own this machine. And you'll also be hearing from people their testimonials on the water. It's very powerful. So now coming back to the absorption rate. Now, why is water important? Because 70% of the human body is what? It's water. We are made out of water. Now, if we are made out of water and every day we're putting toxic, chemical, acidic, oxidized water into the body, what's going to happen to our health? It's going to deteriorate. If you look at America, the nation is having a lot of health challenges. Why? They're one of the biggest consumers of bottled waters in the whole world. Same thing in the Middle East, which I've stayed for the last 3 years. I was based in Dubai for 3 years. Everybody drinks bottled water. And when I come to Nigeria, everybody drinks bottled water. And these are places where people have a lot of health challenges. If you go to Japan, if you go to Korea, if you go to Taiwan, these are places where the awareness level on chemicals are very high. They don't drink from bottled water. Maybe only when they go outside out of convenience. Most of them have a water system at home because they want to remove contaminants. So why do we need to drink water? Because water, there are two types. The first type is the normal tap or bottled water you guys are drinking. And I was drinking before. We call it bulk water with 24 to 26 molecular cluster in one cluster. Now, means this is very heavy water. Now, some of you may have experienced this. You drink a lot of water, but the water makes you feel very full, right? It's like bloop, 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 bloop. It's like you have a fishbowl inside your stomach. Why? Because the water that you normally drink is not hydrating your body at a cellular level. When it goes through the Kangen machine, what does this machine do? It uses the technology of ionization to break down the molecular structure to 5 to 6 clusters, 5 to 6 molecules in one cluster. We call it hexagonal water. It gives you superior hydration, enhanced nutrient absorption, and most importantly, effective detoxification, and it improves your metabolism. So in this next video, I believe seeing is believing. I'm going to use a green tea bag because the green tea bag, it will resemble your cell and the ability to absorb water. So we have two types of water. On the left is regular tap water, room temperature. On the right is Kangen water, room temperature. I want you to see what it does to the tea bag. Kangen water. And you take it, and I shake it. What happens to the Kangen water tea bag? The tea bag instantly brings out the tea, right? Because Kangen water is very, very micro-clustered. All right, it goes into your cell, brings in the nutrients, and it detoxes your body every single day because it's very absorbent into the body. So it hydrates you at a cellular level. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm actually splitting some green tea extract into two separate glasses. This is to show you how the water channels the nutrients into your body. The first one, we're going to use tap water. Second one, Kangen. Same amount of tea, but I want you to see the result of the different waters on the same amount of tea extract. Can you guys see that? Anybody is getting their mind blown so far? Type me in the chat box. Can you see the tea? Who here you're getting value so far from this? And you're seeing this for the first time, that water can actually make more tea out of thin air because the water that we're talking about is micro-clustered, meaning it will absorb into the body, hydrate the cells, and detox you on a daily basis. Yeah. So for those of you who have issues with going to the toilet, for those of you who are feeling sluggish, you don't feel hydrated, you are tired all the time, you have trouble sleeping, all these are signs of dehydration. And I don't blame you, because why? The bottled water that is being fed to you, to all of us, it is highly, highly toxic, and it does not quench the thirst because we call it heavy water. Yeah. Now, if you'd ask me, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm an accountant by training. So what I do is I rely on research done by top doctors around the world, all right, on this water. Now, on your left, you have Dr. Hort Fitzler, which is a Polish heart surgeon, world-renowned. In the middle, you have Dr. Hiromi Shinya, which is a co-inventor of colonoscopy, which is something that they've developed to check your inside it's a medical treatment. All right. And then we have Bob Wright, which is the founder of the American Anti-Cancer Institute. We have Dr. Corina Allen, we have Dr. Dave Carpenter, Dr. Vicky Parker, many, many doctors around the world. In fact, there's about 8,000 doctors around the world that talks about our water. Okay, so these are numerous books already online that speaks about why water is important and why you must drink the best water, which is Kangen water. Yeah, I want to share with you the book on the top left. It's written in Mandarin. It says, 水是最好的药. That means water is the best medication. Water is the best medication. Most of us, we are just dehydrated and drinking the wrong water. All right. Then we have books called Change Your Water, Change Your Life. All the different types, People Life Water book. And there's a book called Killing Cancer, Not People. So for those of you, somebody has shared with me privately that they are a cancer survivor. So this is a very important segment for you. One of the books that you should be getting is Killing Cancer, Not People by Robert G. Wright. And in chapter 6, it says there, step 3 of the cancer diet. There are many steps to the cancer diet, according to the association. And step 3 is restructured ionized water could save your life. Now, what is Kangen water? Kangen is restructured ionized water. And this is the founder. And he says he believes that ionized water is a mandatory baseline requirement for people with cancer. It is a must, yeah, because of its low microplastic ability, because of the high pH, and most importantly, the low negative ORP and free radical scavenging capability. And he says, if he were to look for electrolysis unit today, he would choose the one made by Enagic, and it is simply the Rolls Royce of water ionizer, Kangen water. Yeah, page 168. And he clearly states he does not have any financial interest in the company or receive any remuneration for his recommendation. He only speaks out of truth to share with people. Yeah, so he is one of those great people endorsing our product without any remuneration. And this is another great man, Dr. Hiromi Shinya. He is no longer around. He actually passed away last year, in fact, but he lived a very healthy, long life. A lot of people in Japan follow him. There's this book that he's written called The Enzyme Factor. By the way, for those people who are in Lagos, if you want to get your hands on this book, I have a lot of his books here. You can actually purchase it. It's the international health bestseller. He has sold 2 million copies of this book worldwide. And why is he so famous? Because in his book, he reveals to people the diet for the future that will prevent heart disease, cure cancer, and stop diabetes. And most of his books, he will mention Kangen water. Why? These are the images of the patients he has treated. Okay, so if you're wondering what these pictures are, these are through the lens of the colonoscopy. When they put in a camera inside to check your intestine, to check your stomach, to check your colon for inflammation, for tumors, for polyps. A lot of people have inflammation in their body. And that's how inflammation looks like on the left. 3 months after Dr. Shinya's treatment, which is what? Giving them Kangen water every single day. Look at the difference. Why? Antioxidant also means anti-inflammatory. It reduces inflammation. So for some of you who are suffering from arthritis, bone issues, inflammation of the gut, or whatever condition that you're facing, start to drink Kangen water. Speak to whoever that has invited you into this conference call today. Ask them where can you get some Kangen water and start to drink the water and get your own machine later on as well. Yeah. And here we have somebody that's suffering from constipation, also a breast cancer patient, a lot of toxins stuck in the body, and you need to detox. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not detox, and when toxins start to pile up more and more into the body, that's where diseases will start to thrive. So 3 months after water, take a look at the image on the right. Truly amazing. That's why the tagline of our company in Magic is change your water, change your life. Yeah, because water is everything. And here we have images of people who have gone through chemotherapy. It's a very sad thing because my own grandmother went through this. My aunt went through this. I have very close family friends. I have very close people that I've known that have gone through this. And most of them, they suffer a ton because chemotherapy is like throwing a nuclear bomb into the body, hoping to kill off the cancer cells, but at the same time, it kills off the healthy cells as well. So the patients actually go through a lot of trauma. The body is in total shock after this kind of treatment. So again, Dr. Shinya put them on a healthy diet, put them on a more alkaline diet, which is more vegetables, less meat, and more importantly, Kangen water. This is after 3 months. Take a look at that. When I first was introduced to Kangen water 8 years ago, a lot of people asked, I was asking the person that introduced me, I said, water is just water. What's the difference between Kangen? What's the difference between bottle or tap water? They're just the same. As long as you clean it, you can drink it. But when I saw this presentation, I bought my machine immediately because when I saw this, I know water is not just water. I didn't care how much the machine was, whether it's $10,000, $20,000, I'm getting the machine. Yeah, because what are you going to do with the money in the bank if you're not going to invest in your health? Yeah, so that's how that was my own thought process. Yeah, so this is the Kangen machine. There will be 2 models I'll be showing here today. The Kangen machine. Now, the great thing about this unit is it actually produces 5 different types of water. It's not just one water. Now, this machine is very smart. When you click the different buttons, different settings, it produces different pH water with different oxidation level, which you can use it for different purposes. The first one is Kangen. The second one is a pH 7 neutral clean water. You only use this to give to make baby formula and to take medication. Yeah, so this water is only for babies and medication, because babies, their bodies are naturally alkaline. They don't need the Kangen water. They only start drinking Kangen water when they are above 3 years old, or they're crawling, or they're starting to eat external bought food. Then there's a lot of acidity. You want to remove it, and they can start going Kangen water. Okay, so clean water, you will use it once in a while. Majority will be Kangen. Now, beauty water is something that I carry here every day. Okay, so if somebody can look at my screen, this is what I call beauty water. So it's basically a spray bottle. and I fill up the beauty water pH 5.5 because this is a toner for my skin. If you use this on your skin and on your hair, your skin will start to shine, you'll reduce the wrinkles because this pH 5.5 is actually a beauty toner water. So it will tone up the skin. And what I love about it is there's no smell, there's no oily substance, it's just water, and it tones up the skin. And the best thing is, once it's finished, you go to the machine and you collect more because this is unlimited. Yeah. So you can wash your face in the morning, you can wash your hair with it. This will take care of your skin better than any other product you will find in the market. All right. So that is beauty water, perfect for skincare, hair care, etc., etc. Now, the fourth one is strong Kangen water. It has a pH of 11.5, which means it is highly alkaline. Now, this is where I ask you, how do you normally wash your fruits and vegetables? Most of us, we use normal tap water. Am I right? Now, what is the challenge with that? The challenge is today, most of the things that we eat are filled with what? Can you see this guy is wearing a mask, wearing a suit? It says that if it's not safe to breathe, how can it be safe to eat? What do you think he's spraying, ladies and gentlemen? Can anybody type in the chat box? What do you think he's spraying? Type the name of the chemical he's spraying, whatever that you know about it. What is he spraying on your vegetables, which you are eating every day, which you are feeding to your kids, your family, everything? What is he spraying? Anybody want to comment on the chat box? Exactly. Thank you, Ify. So somebody said fertilizer, some people say insecticide. Yeah. So anything that they are spraying, if they are not even, if they're wearing a big mask, which means whatever that they're spraying is toxic. Yeah, thanks, A1. Pesticides. So today, all the things that we eat have a lot of pesticides, and we need to remove it. And the strong Kangen 11.5 is one of the only things you can find in the market that is able to remove all pesticides from your vegetables. Now, what I'm doing now in this video, I have a lot of videos to share with you guys. This video, I'm actually using a bottle of sesame oil and I split it into 2 glasses. Why? Because today, all the pesticides that the farmers spray on your vegetables are made out of oil. Why do they use oil chemicals? Because they know water and oil doesn't mix. So when they spray oil chemicals on the farm, even if it rains, the rain will never be able to wash away the oil. So therefore, when we buy our tomatoes, rice, beans back home, and we try to wash with tap water, what are we doing? We're only washing away the dirt, the sediment, but the pesticide stays. And by the way, if you're using tap water to wash, the chlorine also goes inside the vegetable. All right. So we need to use a water that can remove oil. The problem with tap water is it doesn't break down the oil. It does not break down the oil. But 11.5 strong Kangen water, which I'll be using later on, I want you to see this. When you use this on oil, what happens to the oil? Take a look at that. It immediately breaks down the oil. That means it is able to remove 99% of all the pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, fungicide that is on your vegetables today. So what I'm going to do now is I'm splitting tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. You can do this with grapes. You can do this with strawberry, whatever. And the first one, I'm going to use tap water. The second one with the strong Kangen. Okay, so let's see what comes out. Same pack of tomatoes, but washed with different waters. Let's take a look. The first one with the tap, you would see the color comes out almost no different, transparent, because it's not able to remove the chemical. The second one, which is the strong Kangen, take a look at what comes out from the tomato. I want you to see with your eyes, what are you eating every day and feeding your family? Yeah. When I saw this, immediately I told myself, I'm not going to eat vegetables when I get out of the house, because today, everything that my mom cooks every day at home, everything must be washed with strong Kangen water. Because when I saw that, there's no way I'm going to eat any more vegetables that have so much pesticides on it. All right. So that's what the 11.5 does. Anybody like what they're seeing so far? Type me if you're enjoying the presentation so far. I hope I'm not boring or giving you information that is not relevant to you, because this information is relevant to everybody, because everybody drinks water, everybody eats vegetables, everybody cooks at home. So this is something that everybody needs to do. Yeah, everybody needs to know. Whether you want to get this machine for yourself or not is a separate story. But we need to know the dangers of the things that are outside in the market that leads to so many complications in our health. Okay. And the last one, before I conclude the first segment of my conference call today, it is the strong acidic water that comes out also from this machine. And this water is highly acidic, but it's completely safe to use on the skin. Completely safe to use on the skin. So this water, you can put it also in a spray bottle like this, and you spray it on your skin. It is a sanitary water, excellent in cleaning, disinfecting, and it has the power to our cookware, our tabletop, and also to use it as a sanitizer to clean our hands. Yeah. So this machine was primarily used in the Japanese hospitals many years ago because the Japanese hospitals was using this Kangen 2.5 pH water to treat people with eczema, gangrene, skin problems, rashes. This was eczema, using the 2.5 for 2 weeks, spray on the affected area. This is within 2 weeks that the vessels dried up. Isn't that amazing? No cream, no jabs, no medication, just water. Take a look at that. That's why they say health starts from water. Okay, this is somebody with a very bad case of psoriasis. So if you know anybody that's suffering from skin problems, please invite them onto the next Zoom session that we'll be arranging. So every Sunday, we're going to have this Zoom session at 8 p.m. So bring the people that you know and love to attend this Zoom session. It's before and after, and share the water with them. This is also somebody that suffered tremendously from psoriasis, and he started using the Kangen machine and the strong acidic water on his skin. This is 60 days of using this water. Can you imagine how much money he has saved on the hospital bills, the cream, the steroids, just by changing the water? Yeah. So many more. If you go on YouTube, you can type Kangen water, anything under the sun. You will find people speaking about this water because we have more than 2 million households around the world using this machine. This is not a new technology. Our company has already been around since 1974. It is a 48-year-old Japanese company. So we've been doing this for a long time. It's just that it's very new in this part of the world. Yeah. So psoriasis, Susan from Singapore, really bad psoriasis and completely cleared up. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the second model I'm sharing with you. It's called the SD501. So both models, the first one, the white one, is called the K8. The second one that I'm showing you is called the SD501. They both have the exact same function in terms of producing the 5 types of water. All right. I'm going to go into the technicality later on. For some of you who are asking me, what is the difference between the two machines? Which one should you buy? And stuff like that. All right. And every single machine, it comes from our factory in Osaka, Japan. Yeah. Every single machine comes from Osaka, Japan. And can I just budge in a little to speak to Solomon? Solomon, do you want people to share the testimonials before I go into my second segment or after? You can reply me in the chat box. Thank you so much. So every single machine comes from Osaka, Japan. And one thing about this factory is this. This factory is licensed by the Ministry of Health of Japan as a medical device manufacturer, meaning every machine that comes up from our factory is of medical standard. Now, I don't know about you, but how many of us have a medical device at home to check your heart, to monitor your heart rate, or to do some healing for the body? Medical devices are very expensive, all right? This is one of the cheapest medical devices you will find in the market today, all right? Because on the left, this is a certification from Ministry of Health of Japan, and on the right, it is ISO 13485, which is only issued to medical device manufacturers, all right? So this is our Kangen machine, ladies and gentlemen. Before I let you know what is the investment required to own one of these machines, can I just ask everybody, all 35 of you here on this conference call today, who here you see massive value in having one of these machines in your own home. Type me in the chat box based on what you've seen here today. Assuming that whatever I have shown you is exactly what it is. Yeah, because after today, most of you will go and do your research, go online, go on YouTube. Feel free. But based on the information I've shared with you for the last half an hour until now, who here you are seeing massive value? And who here you want to own a machine for yourself? If you want to own a machine for yourself, type Kangen in the chat box. And you want to really totally change the water. You don't want all that plastic toxic water anymore. You want to drink Kangen water every day. You want to make sure that your kids, your family is drinking Kangen. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. So I would love to get your feedback for those who love it. Okay, so fantastic. So you guys love the technology, which is amazing. I've had it for many years already. One of the best investments of my life. Okay, so this machine called the Level Up K8. Okay, now the machine has a durability of 25 years. You don't worry about buying another machine for the rest of your life. Why do we say 25 years? Because our domestic machine has only been in existence for 28 years. We cannot say 50 years because our company has not made the domestic machines for 50 years. It's only 28 years. But let's say we will once there's more years ahead, I will even tell you the machine lasts you 30 years, 35 years, 40 years. Yeah, because machine into Nigeria, because now all the machines will be purchased from our Europe office in France. Now this machine, the Level Up K8, it has 8 solid titanium platinum plates in the machine. The investment is 4,200 euros for the machine and 200 euro as a shipping. Now I know what you're thinking. A lot of you say, wow, it's not a cheap machine. Absolutely. Anything that is good is not going to be cheap. But let me tell you something. If you were to look at the value this machine can give to you, even this machine is 10 times the price, I would still buy it. Why? Because of what it did to my family and how the health, the energy levels of my family started to change after they drink the water. Yeah. So price is what you pay, value is what you get. Okay. So this is the Kangen 8. And the good news is there's 2 models you can choose from, whichever you want to go for. You can speak to your immediate sponsor, whoever that has invited you to this Zoom meeting today. The difference between the 2 models is obviously the look. All right. The K8 is a white color look with a touchscreen pad. The SD501, which is the machine I've been using for the last 8 years, is a workhorse. It is a rugged machine. So if you plan to share a lot of water out to people and you plan to use it extensively, I would go for the SD501 because it's a more rugged machine. Yeah, the K8 is a more refined, nice machine. I have both machines at home. Yeah, I bought 2 of it. So the first machine is 4,004, including the shipping. The second machine is 3,480 euros, including the shipping. The difference is the look, and the K8 has 8 solid titanium platinum plates. That is the engine of the machine. There is a big engine inside to ionize the water. The more plates you have, all right, the better the quality of the water. But the SD501, it also has 7 plates. So actually it's only a 1 plate difference. So if you were to ask me, value for money, it is the SD501 because it's about 1,000 euros cheaper, but you're getting all the same options. It's just that it's a 7 plate versus an 8 plate. Yeah, both last a lifetime. Now the good news is this. The good news is these machines are on a, I don't want to use the word discount because these 2 prices I'm sharing with you now, it is the price for 2023, January 1st. So if you were to purchase your machines before 31st December, the K8 and the SD will be at this price. So I don't know if you saw the difference. The K8 for next year will be 4,004, but before the year end, it's only 3,860 euros. And for the SD, is below 3,000 euros. Let me go back up so you can versus 3,860 and 2009. you're basically saving about 500 euro if you buy before the year end. And by the way, you are buying directly from the company. Do not buy the machines from anybody selling to you online, secondhand, because your warranty wouldn't cover you. Yeah, do not make that mistake. Some people, they make that mistake of buying off a friend or buying it online. It could even be an imitation, or it could be a machine that doesn't have a warranty. Please make sure you buy direct from the company. We are all representatives of the company here. We will guide you to buy direct from the company. Now, ladies and gentlemen, who here, even at this price, which I would agree is not everybody will afford it, but even at this price, who here you still want to get the Kangen machine? Absolutely, right? Type Kangen if you want to buy even 2 of these machines. Yeah, because if you look at the breakdown of the cost, let's take a look at the SD501. Can you see that I put 400 naira a day? What does that mean? Because I took the cost of the machine, which is 3,000 euros, I divided it not by 25 years, I divided it by 15 years. Let's say the machine only lasts you 15 years. In a day, this machine comes to only 400 naira a day. Ask ourselves this, are we already spending more than 400 naira a day on bottled water that is causing acidity, oxidation, and toxic plastic contamination? We are spending more than 400 naira a day on our water today. And water is supposed to be free, right? Why are we paying for water? Crazy. This machine is a one-time investment, and it's going to serve you and save you money in terms of bottled water consumption, in terms of medical bills, getting sick. I honestly don't remember the last time I got sick after I started on the water, because it helps you boost your immune system. You will be saving money in the long run. Yeah, you'll be saving money in the long run. You won't be spending, you'll be saving. So wise people will always invest for the long term, right? But people who spend on the short term, you'll end up spending more, and you're not getting anything that is healthy for the body. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what I wanted to share with you this evening, the Kangen water machine. So please speak to the person that invited you into the room here today regarding your purchase. You can actually pay us in Naira, because I'm here in Lagos. We also accept payment in Naira or Euros as well. So whichever that you feel more comfortable, we will accommodate it for you, including the payment. Now, when you make the payment to the company will ship out the machine. It takes approximately 2 weeks for the machine to land in Nigeria, and we will help you clear the customs and help you do all the installation. All right. So I'm speaking for people in Nigeria. So if you are from outside of Nigeria, we have to make sure that we know what to do and all that. Yeah, because when the machine come in, there's also custom clearance, etc., etc. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that is the product, and these prices are available before 31st December. Please understand that when the machine comes in, there's also custom clearance duties to be paid. All right, which is around 200 to 250,000 naira. Okay, so you have to allocate another 200, 250K for the custom clearance, because this price that I'm showing you right now does not include the clearance. All right, so for further details, speak to the person that brought you to the Zoom today, or you can speak to me directly later on. Okay, so this is the machine. Let me do a summary. It is the only machine that is medical grade, ISO 13485 certified. Only machine that can produce the 2 pH waters, high alkaline, high acidic, 25-year lifespan, 5-year warranty, and it has a one-of-a-kind patented e-cleaning system. And if you do some calculation, you're spending less than €1 a day or 400 naira a day for this machine for the next 15 years. Yeah. So this is investment for the long term. Okay. Now, I'm going to jump into my second segment. I'm already going off my clock. I usually finish faster because I get so excited, I start talking. I don't know when to shut up. Okay. So sometimes you guys have to stop me. Now, I'm going to share with you the opportunity, the movement that is coming to Nigeria. Who here, after seeing what I've presented to you so far this evening, you see tremendous potential of this machine in Nigeria and Africa? Type 1 in the chat box. When I say potential, when you have something good, you want to share with everybody, right? When you go to the best Nigerian restaurant, you want to tell all your friends, this is the best Nigerian restaurant. They have the best afang soup, the best okra soup, whatever, right? So you will start to share. Now, in Magic, we have an amazing referral model which is going to blow you guys away, because most of you here, you're not going to just buy one machine. You're going to buy one machine and you're going to talk to people about it. Yeah. And Enagic has a way to remunerate or to reward customers like you and me that also become distributors. Okay. So I'm going to bring you guys through a very short segment on Enagic as a business. Some of you you came onto this Zoom because you want to learn about the business opportunity. And the great thing is we're very new in Nigeria. We're still in the pre-launch phase. We're only launching next year. The pre-launch is where you can build the biggest team. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions regarding the machine, etc., just keep it down on your WhatsApp or on your paper. You can also post it into the comment box. We will address it later. Okay. Now, Enagic as a business, we have sold over $5 billion of this machine. In fact, it's actually more than 5 billion, and over 1.5 million Kangen water machines. I just got the update when I was in Dubai last week. The company has officially sold more than 2 million machines worldwide. It's a big, big business. And the good thing is, it's not here in Nigeria yet. So you guys have the opportunity to become one of the pioneers. All right. So the Enagic business. Now, first of all, how do you get involved in this business? Clean and short, as long as you own one Kangen machine. If you are a Kangen water owner or Kangen water drinker, you are already in business, because the company does not give you monthly qualification, does not ask you to hold stock, does not ask you for renewal fees or buy another machine. The company accumulates all your sales, and you can sponsor or sell to anybody around the world, international borderless sponsoring. We have 40 offices around the world that's ready to serve distributors. Patented compensation plan. Our business model has not changed since we started. It has been the same business model since we started. What does that tell you? The company knows what they're doing. And why am I in Lagos? Why am I 15 hours away from home by flight in Lagos? Because this place is an untapped market. Not many people here know what is the Kangen water machine. There's 200 million people in Nigeria. Even if 1% of Nigeria buy, that is more than the sales done by Enagic since the inception. Can you guys imagine the potential of this market? It's massive. That's why I'm here to build this business with great leaders like Solomon, A1, Daniel, Ify. These are great leaders in the group here today, and we're just starting our team now, and it's really blowing up all over Lagos State. All right. And the patented distributor compensation plan. I want to ask everybody here, who here you have been involved in one of these companies before? Multi-level marketing. Type MLM in the chat box. You have been involved. Maybe you could be selling coffee, you could be selling skincare, you could be selling supplements, you could be selling any other product. All right. Type MLM in the chat box. You have been involved before. Yeah. So a lot of us here if he say MML, I don't know what is that. Just kidding. If he wrote the MML, so MLM. Okay, so a lot of you guys have been part of one of these systems. Now, by the way, I have nothing against this system. I have known people that have achieved great success in this system, great companies, great products. All right, but the challenge is a lot of people in this typical multi-level, they don't make a lot of money. People on the below, maybe they make $500 a month, maybe they make $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month. Yeah, people on top, they make a lot of money, make 50,000, 100,000, or even $1 million a month. Okay, so that is a challenge with multi-level marketing. A lot of people jump into these systems. You have to buy every month. You have to force your customers to buy. There are many challenges. Yeah, there are many challenges. Those people who got involved, you understand what I'm talking about. The Enagic system, we are more direct sales based. And I absolutely love this business model. Now, let me share with you my background. I've not been involved in any multi-level marketing before. In fact, I've been approached by more than 10 companies, multi-level marketing companies. I've not been interested in any of it. Because when you ask them, what product are you selling? They say, don't worry about the product. Check out how much money you can make. And you just buy whatever product you want. You just select it on the website. I said, what? You know, that didn't jive with me. But when I saw Kangen machine, I bought the machine. I only got to know about the business after. And when I learned about the business plan, it is so simple. I fell in love with it and I jumped right in. Now, this is how the Enagic business works. Every single person you bring in is called your direct sales. Yeah. The similarity with multi-level marketing is when they bring in their sales, it is called indirect sales to you. And you make commissions from direct and also indirect. And the total of these two sales, we call it group sales. Okay, everybody type in the chat box group sales. Direct sales plus indirect sales is group sales. Okay, so I want you to follow with me so that you don't get lost later in the presentation. Okay, now the company pays, in fact, the company pays us very well. They pay us all types of commission. I receive all different types of commissions from the company. I've been involved for about 6.5 years. And we normally don't like to talk too much about how much money we've made, but I've made a good amount of money. Yeah, I don't have to worry about my bills. Everything is paid for, more than enough because of this business. And I'm able to travel the entire world to train and speak and to expand my business in different parts of the world, thanks to Enagic. All right. So the company actually pays many different types of commission. I'm going to show you the 8-point commission. This is the commission plan that is patented. This is the one that people fall in love with. I'm going to show you how it works. Let's say the machine is 3,000 euros, just for easier sake. Yeah, 3,000 bucks. Now, every machine, the company actually sets aside or allocates a preset budget of 1,400 euros for the distributors. And the 1,004 is split into 8 parts. We call it 8As, where 1A is 175. So just remember 1A is 175. How does it work? Now, step 1, how do you become a distributor? Get your Kangen machine. Once you get your Kangen machine, you have to sign a 3-page form, a application form, a distributor agreement form, and another form for your bank details. So you need to open a Euro account because our company will be paying you in euros. And the good news is your commissions will be paid in euros. Is that good news, ladies and gentlemen? So if you're getting income coming overseas to you in euros, you hedge yourself, right? You don't have to worry too much about the Naira going up, going down, because you're actually earning in euros, which is fantastic. Yeah? Now, how does the business actually work? Now, your first 2 direct sales, your first, all right, God bless their soul. They're like, oh, let the Naira keep dropping because my euro will appreciate. Don't do that, all right? We don't want the Naira to drop. We just want everybody to be happy. You know, you can earn euros, you can earn Naira, everything is good. Yeah, so don't pray for the Naira to drop so your euros is more valuable. Okay. So, but in this business, you'll be earning in euros. Now, your first 2 direct sales is a 1A sale. Yeah, which means you earn a 1A commission and a 1A commission. And your third direct sale onwards, you earn a 2A commission, which is 350. So from now on, I'm going to refer the commission as 1A or 2A. So you just remember 1A is 175, 2A is 350. So the third sale onwards, you're going to get paid 350 euros every time you sell a machine. Every time you sell a machine, you're going to get 350, 350, 350. And once you hit 3A, every machine now you sell, you're going to get 525, 525, 521. How do you get to 3A? You must first have 10 cumulative group sales, which means your direct plus indirect must at least be 10. And it's accumulated, meaning there is no time frame when you have to hit the 10. Okay? As long as you have 10 group sales, the next direct sale is 3A. That's where you start to earn 525. Are we clear so far? Any clarifications needed? Because this is an important step, especially the new people. Yeah. So if we are clear, let's move on. Once you achieve 20 cumulative group sales, now your next direct sale is 4A. 4A means you're going to earn 700 euro every time you sell a machine. So as a 4A distributor, I remember when I was 4A, When I sell 10 machines, let's say in 1 month, how much does the company pay me? The company pays me 700 euro times 10. I will be making 7,000 euros from 10 machines. Isn't that amazing income, ladies and gentlemen? Is making 7,000 euros a very good income here in Nigeria? Anybody? Give me some feedback in the chat. 7,000 euros a month. Good money? Yeah? And you can keep the euros, you can pay your school fees. Some of you have kids overseas, whatever, or you can spend it in Nigeria. You live a very good life, 7,000 euros. Yeah, very good money. Yeah. So after that is 5A. So after 50 machines, everything will be 5A from now onwards. So 875. So if you're selling 10 machines in 1 month, what happens? You're going to make 875 times 10, 8,750 euros. And ultimately, you're going to reach the highest rank, which is 6A, after 100 cumulative group sales. Every sale after that is a 6A sale, which means you will earn 1,050 euros on every single machine you sell. Come to make. And those people who are at 6A, I've achieved my 6A a long time ago. Yeah, I've sold my 100 products. I don't remember which year. I think it was 2017. One machine you sell, you're going to make 1,050 euros. What if you to sell 10 machines, 20 machines? Can you see the big income that you could be making in this business? Because we tell people in Enagic, you're not selling low ticket item. You're selling a high ticket item, a premium product. And a premium product pays premium commission. That's all I can say. Okay? Because after this, what I'm going to share with you is, I'm going to share with you what happens when you share this product with people that also want to get involved in the business like you. Now, we know for the first 3 sales, how much money do we make? 175, 175, 350, 1A, 1A, 2A. Now, what happens when your distributor also decides to sell? Now, every time your distributor sells, guess what happens to you? Company pays you 175 overriding commission now. When Grace buy, Polly, Arthur, when these people buy machines, you on top enjoy 175 euro as an overriding commission. Is that amazing, ladies and gentlemen? Who here you love overriding commission? Type overriding. Because this company pays overriding commission unlike any other company I've seen so far. Most opportunities out there, when you sell to Tom, you make 175 bucks. But when Tom sells to somebody else, you make only maybe 20 euro or 30. You make a percentage of his sale. But in Enagic, you get paid the same amount, even for your level 2, level 3, level 4. Imagine the possibilities here. Okay? So when you bring in somebody on your 2A, what happens? When this person buys a machine, you make 350, right? What happens when this person sells machines? When Kim sells machines, because she's under your 2A organization, you're going to earn 350, 350, 350. Isn't that powerful, ladies and gentlemen? You're going to earn 350 euros when she sells 3 machines each. 350, 350, 350. All right? So that's very powerful. And after 10 group sales, when you bring in your next customer, now you are 3A and you will earn 525 euros on your 3A. Yeah? Because now you're already at more than 10 group sales. So all these machines below you, you will keep on earning 350. Now remember, every machine, the company set aside 8A commission, right? 1,004. So it is a finite amount. I'm going to share with you, when Dawn buys a machine, where does the money go to? How the company pay commission? So you will know how deep the commission will go. Now, when Dawn buys a machine, the first person that gets paid a commission is John. Am I right? Because John sold his first machine, he gets a 1A commission. Now, above John is Bob. How much money does Bob make? Bob makes a 2A commission. Yeah, because John is under Bob's 2A. Okay. Now, above Bob is Arnie. Arnie makes 2A commission. Above Arnie is Kim. Kim also makes 2A commission. So from the 8A commission, 1 has gone to John, 2 to Bob, 2 to Arnie, 2 to Kim. 7 A's have been paid out so far to your team members or your downline. So meaning there is 1 A left for you on the top. So this machine, Don, you don't make 350, you still make 175. Everybody following so far? Because the company cannot overpay distributors. They cannot underpay, they cannot overpay. When they say every machine they set aside 8 A's, it is 8 A's. As simple as that. Okay. Second machine, another 175. Only when John sells his third machine, what happens? He starts to earn 2 A's now. Bob earns 2 A's. Arnie earns 2 A's. Kim earns 2 A's. So from Dan's machine, 2, 4, 6, 8. The entire 8A commission has been paid to your team. Therefore, this is where the first commission will end. So that's how deep the first commission goes. So when I see this 0, I don't mind it because I know my team is growing. And the thing is, people like Ali, Abu, Ani, May, Rose, they can also start to continue to sell. Am I right? So every time this person continues to sell, you're going to make money non-stop. Okay? So this is only for one line. So what do we want to do? We want to bring in people on our 4A. Because when Tony comes on our 4A and Tony sells the machine, what happens? Anybody can answer me. If Tony sells one machine in November, how much the company pay you as the overriding? Right in the chat box in euro. If Tony sells one machine in November, how much money does the company pay you? Quick. How much money? If Tony sells one machine, how much money does the company pay you? Should be a very easy answer. Exactly. Thank you, Olivia. 700 euros. Because Tony is under your 4A. So what happens if Tony, thank you, Jonathan. So what happens if Tony sells 10 machines? How much do you make in November? You're going to make 7,000 euros. 10 machines yourself and you make 7,000. Tony under your group sells 10 machines, you make another 7,000. That's already 14,000 euros. So can you guys see the massive amount of money you can be making from this business? Yeah, great product, great business plan. Now after 50, you meet me. Every time I sell, how much do you make? 875. So on and so forth. And once you hit 6A, you meet a guy named Sam. Every time he sells, you make 1,050 euros. Who here you are seeing a huge potential in this business in Africa? Type Enagic in the chat box. You're already seeing the potential. And I want to ask who here you are serious and you are seeing something big and you want to get started on this business. Type Enagic or type me in the chat box. Who here you're one of those guys? Because everywhere we go, we are looking for pioneers. This is the best time to start this business. In fact, I've been talking to people for the last 1 year to start this business in Enagic. But you know, most people, they're gonna say, you know, let us wait for the office to come. Let us see what will happen. No problem. I tell them no problem. I'll see you when my office opens and all that. But then there are a bunch of pioneers that has followed me into the battle. They follow me in this pre-launch stage because the pre-launch stage is the most important time to build this business. Because if you capture the market before the office opens, when the office opens and the sales will actually go from, let's say the sales is doing at 1x, it will just go to 2x, 5x, 10x. The sales will go exponentially after the office opens. The question is, how many percent of all those sales you want it to be under your team? Under your Tom, Alex, Rose, Kim, Tony, Simon said. That is the question. That's my role here in Enagic, to help you guys here in Nigeria to build this business even before the company comes. That is the big potential we're talking about here. And just to end with this slide, before I pass it over to Solomon, when you become a 6A, it is just the beginning. The company pays you a $3,000 bonus. And the next step after 6A is to help at least 2 of your people, your distributor that you brought in, to also become 6A. Now you become 6A too. and you're going to receive a $6,000 bonus. And when those two people become 6A2 themselves, you become 6A2-2, and you're going to receive $12,000. But what we are all gunning for here is the 6A2-3. When you have two people below you who are 6A2-2, the previous rank, whether is it direct or indirect to you, it doesn't matter. As long as it's separate line, you're going to receive $25,000 one time, and you're going to receive $5,000 every month. Those of you, there are some people who have attended our meeting just now. We did an entire training just on the 6A2-3 and above bonuses. And when you become -4, now you're going to get $50,000 reward and $10,000 every month. -5, $100,000 and $15,000 every month. And -6, $200,000 reward and $20,000 every single month. Anybody like what they're seeing so far, the career path? So your goal is obviously to start this business, to get yourself in this water. But the reason why I'm showing you guys this is to show you that this company, they have been paying hundreds and thousands of people around the world this kind of commission since, I don't know, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, where people start to achieve this rank. So this is not something new, guys. It's just new in Nigeria. All right. So for those of you who see massive potential and you have any questions, please write in the comment box. I'll do my best to respond to every single one of them. Thank you so much. This is my time. And I want to thank Solomon and A1 and all the leaders for inviting me to be your guest speaker today, to share with you the amazing, amazing movement of Enagic and Kangen water. All right. So I'll end with our company slogan, which is change your water, change your life. All right. So thank you so much. Back to you, Solomon. Over back to you.
All right. Awesome. That's powerful. Thank you so very much, Mr. Simon, for that awesome delivery. Guys, I don't believe you got value, and you see the reason why we say you can now drink and grow rich. Awesome. I've been using it. The testimonies are crazy, and we're excited and very proud. You can chest out to share this, knowing that whatever you are talking about and sharing with others is true. Thank you so very much, Mr. Simon, for this delivery. Now, there might be questions and other things, but we will want to take 1 or 2 testimonials, and we will call it a day. I saw, let me see. I think I saw Madam Ife, because I know she's been having lots of testimonies, and the people interacting with her are also having lots of results. Madam Ife, are you still there? Ife Peters, okay, yes, I see her. Let me unmute her. Okay, you can unmute yourself, Madam Ife, and share your 1 or 2 stories, because I know you have a lot coming from your end also. Hello, are you there? Hello, Ife Peters.
Yes. Good evening. Hi, Mr. Solomon. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good to have you join us. What's happening with your Kangen water story?
Wow. So great. So a lot of testimony. I don't even know where to start.
Okay, let's have one.
So much of it. A lot of people, in fact, do I start with the one at Banana Island where we went yesterday? But after the presentation, after the demo, the man refused to drink his water again. Now we have to get more. Could you imagine that he even sent me with his driver to come down to Maryland to fetch more water, that the water he had, the one we gave him, will not reach out till Tuesday, because he wanted to pay for 2 machines. When we didn't have the up to 2 at hand, he paid for 1, waiting for second one. So I have to come with the driver down to Maryland to fetch more water for him, the one he will be drinking till Wednesday, till Tuesday when we will go to install the machine. Then the headache he was having, When we are about to leave, he said, could it be that this water just stopped the headache he was having since all this day? We said, yes, it's part of it. He was so amazed. The water he has been drinking as a big man, he now saw it as a poison, because when we tasted the tap water, it was better than the bottled water he was drinking. I don't want to mention the name, for some reasons. It's awesome. It's awesome. Thank you, sir. So many of it.
So, I mean, that's amazing. And the water speaks for itself, so there is no need to defend it. Thank you for that story, and we know many more are always coming from your end. Madam Fumi Adegbite, how is England today, and how are the babies? What's up from your end? Are you there? Hello, Madam Fumi, are you there?
Yes, I am busy with the children and grandchildren.
Awesome.
I had to lock myself inside one room so I could talk.
All right.
Yeah, my experience with the Kangen water is just awesome. Just awesome. In fact, the very first day I drank it, I mean, that was what I drank until I left Nigeria. I've been able to sleep a lot better than ever before. And then the knee pains I was having, some couple of months back. After the fourth day of drinking Kangen water, the pain disappeared. It's just awesome. I can't hold my mouth. Everybody that I come across, I tell them about this machine. That is not just, machines, and it's the medical equipment everybody should have at home. My brother just called me this evening. I told him he lives in England. He wants to know how much it is in pounds, and he wants to get one. So I will need Simon to give me the contact for the UK team, because I have quite a few number of people who have shown interest.
Awesome. Well, so good to know your business is still thriving and you're having the health benefit wherever you go. There's something Simon talked about. He said our business is borderless. And that's something, I mean, we're already hearing it straight. You are having value. Why in Nigeria you're having value across the border. I saw A1, I'll bring up A1 finally, and to share his voice and his thoughts to his experience and the many one, because he's always there at Maryland, and people coming every day, dancing, screaming, sharing, excited to share their stories with him. A1, you're welcome.
Yeah, so awesome to be part of this great project, and it has been an awesome experience since the month of July that I've been having experience with this wonderful company. With my experience in network marketing, is a total different experience entirely with energy company. The product is awesome. The marketing plan is something else. I'm telling you, we record testimony every day. Every day. Okay. There is a woman that came, the husband brought this woman 2 weeks Monday. This woman is having side paralysis, and the left breast is having lumps. That is a cancer. And she's been on a medication. In fact, they've already asked her that the breast should be cut off. And the husband went to buy some drugs from a Madam Ifi. Why Ifi now asked the man to bring the woman here? And I was the one here on the day they both came, the husband and the wife. And what I did is I gave the woman 11.5, just a cup to drink. And after 1 hour, started giving her 9.5 pH. And they left and they went with 5 liters each for the wife and also for the husband. So they went with 10 liters. On Thursday, preceding to that Monday, the two of them came again. And I was even annoyed with the husband. Why disturbing this woman? Should have allowed her to stay. The man said that the woman said she needs to come and say thank to me. I said, not me. You don't need to thank me. It's the energy company and also the owner of Full Life. We are just there to help to share this great new body. Now, the testimony was that she said, will not allow her to sleep, the sensation pain night. But from that Monday, she has been having a very wonderful sleep. Now, that same day again, I gave her a cup of 11.5 to take, and I asked that she should be taking 9.5. The following week, the woman came with the husband again and said that the lumps has already formed like a pus, as if it's a boy that's trying to get off. It's already red, as if it's ripe to be off the system. So you can imagine if this woman have lost her breast, you can know how you can regain it. So energy is a something that when you sell to any family, the family will be indebted to you. So you should have a great joy to share energy product to any family. That is why the slogan says that is the best gift that you can ever give to your family. So energy in Nigeria, I'm telling you, if you see this vision, and run with this vision, my brother, we are on in for great work. So thank you. This is what I can share for you tonight. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much, A1, for that.
Hi, Mr. Solomon. Is
Hi.
Angel there?
Okay.
She had check on her because her in-law that they're supposed to amputate the leg 2 days ago. When she has been giving her the Kangen water. When the doctor came check on her, he said, no, I'm seeing something different. Let's hold on.
Wow.
I don't know if she's check on her. She can tell better.
Is she on the call?
Just Mary Jane, check if she's on the call.
Okay.
Check.
I'm looking at, I'm liking this kind of testimonies coming in. I can't find Mary Jane. Wow, 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 wow.
Oh, I think her mom is celebrating her birthday. She's
Okay.
busy, sort of, maybe.
So,
Don't worry, next time.
Next Sunday we'll have her on the call, and then
Yes,
she'll
yes.
update with what is happening. I mean, left, right, center is testimony, either health-wise or bank-wise.
The money side.
It's just making sense, guys. We truly want to appreciate you for joining in, to listen in. We've taken a bit of your time, but this is value being communicated. We do have these webinars running every Sunday, and you can be a part of us for the one for next Sunday. We truly want to say thank you, and thank you, Mr. Simon, for really expressing yourself explicitly for us all to be able to grab what this is all about, the impact both to our health, our life, and our community. And we say, I think you said everyone wanted to give you Yoruba name, Eshe. When we think of another one, we'll give you and greet you accordingly. God bless you and truly appreciate you. So I'll stop the call now. I see Godfrey lifting up his hands, and but I'll just stop the call so that it doesn't get, the recording is not too long. Then probably we'll take your question, then we'll close with that. Thank you very much, everyone. God bless you.